I need a 30 for 30 to show that I'm different like Jordan and Pippen, you bitch. I need a 30 for 30 like Jalen and Webber. Nobody gon' fuck on my clique. I need a 30 for 30. I really don't even like giving this motherfucker no airtime, but it's something that intrigues me. UFC fighter Colby Covington, who I didn't know was a human being a few days ago. He has decided to call out so-called woke athletes, particularly LeBron James. He says that he's tired of these so-called woke athletes, but he has gone all the way in. He has claimed that Brum would not last 10 seconds with him. He's called out Brum over the alleged Delonte West situation that we all know about. President Trump called this motherfucker during one of his interviews. So this man's stature has risen immensely just by calling out Bron and being one of these MAGA motherfuckers. But what I want to toss to y'all is this. I got to thinking, like, if these motherfuckers saw each other in the streets, and from what I understand, Colby Covington is about 5'11", 170, but he's a fighter. That's what he does for a living. He's a fighter. And Bron is 6'9", I say 270, but they got him listed at 250. Do you think this is even a situation? He say Bron will last 10 seconds with him. Bron being the best athlete in the world to me, at 6'9", 270. Do y'all think that Bron could whoop this UFC fighter's ass for talking all this fuck shit? Jojo, what you think about that?
Are we talking in the octagon, or are we talking about
this just in, if they saw each other wherever and they just got in these hands, and you know, cause this man that went personal,
right? No,
if you bring up the Delonte West situation,
you basically bring that man mama into the situation.
You bringing them exactly. So it's quite personal now. So so ain't no rules, ain't no ring.
Right.
This is straight.
No. On the street, I think Bron could. I ain't just gonna say he'll mollywop him or nothing like that, because I mean this is a tactical fighter. But I definitely know he gonna last longer than 10 seconds. Like, because of Bron, listen, I'm 5'6". I ain't scared of nobody, but I ain't trying to run up on nobody 6'9" neither.
Right.
Like I'm gonna have to have a weapon. I'm just being real.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think, to be honest, this may be one of their little dogs that they sending out, because the voting coming up, so they trying to gain this momentum. You know, they got to send their dog whistles out. But like me, I really don't want to talk about him, because he only getting notoriety because he mentioned LeBron James' name. Other than that, I don't even know what his record is.
I don't know shit about this motherfucker.
Like, is he in the heavyweight? Is he in the lightweight? Like,
he's a welterweight.
He's a welter. Wait a minute, how much this man
170. 170. That's about the class.
Okay, no. Bron would definitely mop the floor with this guy on the street. on the street, yeah. Now in the octagon, I don't know, because you know it's rules and all that kind of stuff. But on the street, yeah, most definitely.
See, you are a UFC expert, and you watch that shit, you buy the fights and all that kind of shit. Is this the type of motherfucker that goddamn want that kind of smoke? He talking big shit.
Look.
He talking big. This shit intrigues me because Bron is a world-class athlete himself, and y'all know how I feel about Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was going to fight Wilt Chamberlain back in the gap. And Wilt Chamberlain made Ali look like a baby. So, but Wilt Chamberlain is a world-class athlete. So, T, do you think Bron could whoop this man's ass? Point blank period.
Didn't Jay-Z say back in the day he was gonna give these other cats half a bar?
That what Hov said.
So why are we even talking about this dude? This is what this dude does. Now I'm gonna give you some little bit of background. Okay, yeah, he's an up-and-coming fighter. I think he's only had 2 losses in his career. One of his losses I personally seen, and that was against Kamaru Usman. Usman is a Nigerian. I think he's Nigerian, but he is the welterweight UFC welterweight champion of the world. And Kamaru Usman, go Google the pictures of Usman fighting Colby Covington for the strap, for the title. He ain't got no business talking about nobody else. Until he can beat Usman, I ain't really worried about what this dude talking about. Because Usman delivered them sugar snaps to him for 5 rounds. 5 solid rounds. He punched the boy's eyes out. So until he got something for Usman, I ain't really worried about what this dude talking about. He been talking that same stuff to Usman. He talked all that junk to Usman back before they even fought. He talking about he was the better fighter and this, that, and the third. Then he got cooked. And then just the other weekend, he fought Woodley. Now, Tyron Woodley's another black UFC fighter. But Woodley's far past his prime. Like Woodley was a really great fighter.
Yeah, that's when all this shit jumped off when he made this good guy tap out.
Yeah, and now you know Woodley lost to TKO. I think he said rib injury or something, but Woodley's gone. Woodley's past his prime. Okay, so now all of a sudden he won because he didn't say the stuff he said when he fought Usman. So he fought Woodley, he got the dub, and then now all of a sudden the microphone appears in front of him and he's ready to talk what he's talking. Right. Listen, man, see Usman again before you can talk that same stuff. All right? If you can beat Usman next time around, you might can say what you need to say. But in my opinion, until he beats Usman and look, Braun should just be like, hey, Usman, what's happening, man? You know what I'm saying? We'll Clutch Sports. You know how we got you over here. We move over to UFC. I get Rich on the phone. Rich can be your representation. Whatever you want to do. Hey, look, next time Kobe's claim he want to scrap, go on handle that again for me. One more time. Braun ain't got to say nothing about this situation, man. Usman, listen, go Google the pictures. That's all I'm going to say. Just Google the pictures.
Clay, what you think Braun could whoop a UFC fighter that's half his size?
I'm gonna put it like this. All right. You gotta see that man. Like, you may not have to do it publicly, like talk to him and go back and forth with him, because like he said, he just getting clout off your name. But you got to see something about that man. The man talk about your mama, man. Like we at the end of the day, you're a boy from Akron, from the hood.
That would he be tweeting out, don't know, a kid from Akron, right?
Okay, so you got to see this man because he said something about your mama. So you can do it in private or whatever you want to. But as far as like when TJ said go see Usman, even if you beat Usman, I don't care, bro. It's weight class for a reason, man. Like we talking about in the street. Street
shit, yeah.
Like no hold bar, man.
No holes, no, just straight up hands.
Unless he do something like where he can put you into something where he'll break your arm or something like that, them blows not going. Unless he hit you with an elbow blow or something like that. Some of the blows, like, you're not going to feel the blow.
He shouldn't be able to get close to him.
That's what I was thinking. Braun is a giant. Like to the average man in America is 5'9". That motherfucker is 6'9".
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Just share my screen. I'll be done talking about it.
Ooh, boy.
You see them sugar snaps? Huh?
Yeah. He talking.
See, that's why I was saying. I was like, you got your reach is nowhere near it. Your weight advantage is nowhere near it. Unless you do some stuff where you can put them into a jiu-jitsu, whatever move you can do where you can arm bar or something like that in the street.
Right.
If he catch you with one blow, you out of there. But you can catch him with a blow, and it ain't gonna phase him because of the weight. It is at a certain amount. Your weight matters.
Here's what I see about Colby Covington. This is what I see. I see a guy. Dana White's not gonna stop none of these dudes. Let's just keep that a buck. All right. Dana White is not gonna stop none of these dudes. He didn't stop Conor. He's not gonna stop.
He likes it. It draws more attention.
It draws attention. He puts money in his pocket. Okay.
And he's a Trump guy, by the way.
Okay.
Dana White is a Trump guy. I looked that up.
Now, when Covington got cooked by Usman for 5 rounds, I think Usman was playing with him. I think Usman could have finished him, but Usman said, "You know what? I'm gonna let him make it for 5." but I'm gonna beat his eyes out for 5 rounds. He gonna remember this. So you got to the pinnacle. You could have got the strap. You lost. Now you fight Woodley. Okay, Tyron Woodley's over the hill. And I'm just gonna be honest. So now here you are. You get the win over an over the hill fighter, and then now you back in the news talking about LeBron. Because now you got to so I think he's creating a brand. He's trying to create a brand. I don't even know if he about what he's talking about. He might be, but he could just be a lot of cap.
Hey, that motherfucker couldn't even pronounce athletes. When he said he tired of these woke athletes, that motherfucker said athletes. That motherfucker ain't about that shit. He don't know shit about no politics. He just trying to goddamn.
I'm like this. He ain't got to be part of none of that. From Bron point of view, I ain't even tripping on you. You coming at black athletes about a serious thing. I'll be tripping on that, but you talk about my mama, bro. Like, what's up? This is what it comes down to me playing.
Does Bron have his Oakley? Does he have his? And I mentioned that because I remember watching a segment about Stephen A. Smith. And y'all know how Stephen A. Smith try to go for bad and all that kind of shit.
Of course.
But Stephen A. Smith say early in Bron's career, he has said, like, I think probably most of us on this panel, if not all of us, has said, from what we saw from Bron early, we thought he was going to surpass Mike, just from God's gifts to him and what he was showing us early on. You know, we were like,
that's what it looks like.
Yeah. So Stephen A., I think, said this shit on ESPN, though. And y'all know Mike felt some type of way about that. And he said Mike pulled down on him, motherfucking.
He pulled up on him, yeah.
He just saw a hand come up out that motherfucking window.
No.
And Mike wasn't in the car by himself, though.
It was over.
Mike had Chuck Oakley in that bitch with him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So the Bron have his Chuck Oakley.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think he got some great business motherfuckers around him now. But does Bron have a goon with him that he ain't even got to deal with a bitch like Colby Covington or whatever the fuck this son bitch name?
Nah, he too nice. He too
now,
nice.
I thought whatchamacall probably could have been that.
Who that?
Haslam when he was in Miami.
UD a motherfucker.
Yeah.
UD, I keep hearing stuff about UD, man.
But I just don't know if they really just kick it like that though.
I don't know.
Yeah,
look, just tell talk to AD. He from Chicago. I know he knows some vice lords or gangster disciples or something like that. I know he can find somebody.
Now they got one on the Lakers that's about that life now.
Who?
That Morris brother.
Oh, I thought you about to say JR, because you know JR blooded.
JR weird though.
Hey, Colby Covington, shut that bitch ass shit up though.
Hey,
dog. You know what I'm
get your bag up.
This off subject, but y'all think JR gave Brandon that weed?
Go. Subscribe to our daddy's YouTube channel. He's the best. Hit the like button, turn on the notifications.